Well, hello there everyone, it's me, Epic's What If, and today we have a brand new episode on what if Naruto had left the Heavenly Village. Now, in the previous episode we had left off with Naruto seizing Gato, selling him off to another village for money. Now let's continue. So, Naruto, after selling Gato to a village, had a conversation with Zabuza and Haku about Gato's fate, and forms an alliance with him and Haku. An alliance which is, for now, mostly an alliance of neutrality. Soon, enough will change. Very soon. So, he has a bit of a conversation with Zabuza and Haku.
You know, fellow rogues need to look out for one another. How about this? I don't attack you, and you don't attack me.
Now, Zabuza, thinking Naruto isn't strong enough to be a threat, or rather even command his respect, challenges him. Naruto simply replies with,
I figured you'd do that.
and fades into mist. A orangish hue on mist engulfs the arena where Zabuza and Haku are standing, and, well, Naruto's voice could be heard in the battlefield.
Haku, don't intervene in this battle. This one is between Zabuza and I. Now, don't you worry. I promise I won't kill Zabuza.
Now, as Haku agrees to this, Zabuza looks around, sensing Naruto. He can sense Naruto's chakra around him, but he doesn't know where exactly he is. At the same moment, 3 shadow clones attack Zabuza from 3 separate sides. Zabuza simply blocks them and puffs them away, as they are shadow clones. Naruto then masks his chakra and sets up multiple clones to seep Zabuza's chakra away, and also set up a few seals for future purposes that I might reveal. Anyway, so Naruto then amplifies his chakra on other 5 shadow clones to mask the presence of these sealing shadow clones, I suppose. So Zabuza doesn't exactly focus on them, but will feel his chakra slowly seep away. Zabuza then is attacked by the 5 shadow clones, which, Naruto has his sword styles to combat Zabuza with his sword, so it's a bit of a swordsman duel, I suppose. Zabuza would obviously beat Naruto even in the current scenario that I've built Naruto up to be, but Naruto having Zabuza's chakra seeped away, and also Zabuza having to fight 5 shadow clones, is having trouble with Naruto. Mostly because Naruto's seals prevent Zabuza, or rather anybody inside of that particular field, from utilizing any jutsus, as it nullifies chakra's presence and uses. Now, this seal itself would normally take a long time to present, or rather prepare, but Naruto utilizing about 20 to 30 shadow clones to prepare the seals, it's fairly quickly done. Now, if a combatant is strong enough, or rather skilled enough in seals themselves, he could probably break through, but sadly Zabuza, from what I can research, is not one of those people. Zabuza is a fairly decent ninja, but he's not confident enough, and I mean, they should be at Kage level at least to actually break through this particular seal. Which Naruto obviously learned from inside of the Uzumaki village while researching their tomes and reading throughout the past 2 years. Now, Zabuza is, after, about 6 hours of battle against Naruto, is beaten through exhaustion, him having his chakra seeped away, and also slowly having his health chipped away by Naruto, eventually does in fact lose. Where am I now? Oh yes, Zabuza, after being beaten, Naruto simply vanishes all of his clones, and the mist that was surrounding Zabuza also disappears. Now, Naruto's mist is, in a sense, similar to Haku's ability, but also more similar to Pain's ability than anything, where he utilizes the mist and anything inside the mist can be sensed by Naruto. He can sense whatever's moving inside the mist, like Naruto could do with the rain, except his was more potent because of his Rinnegan. Naruto's mist is a fairly small size, and it's at max the size of a playground. Okay, I do forgive me if you guys can hear some dogs barking in the background. I can't shut them up, unfortunately. Anyway, let's continue on. So, Naruto, after beating Zabuza, having his chakra seeped away, arrives in front of Zabuza. Zabuza is laying down on the ground, but still panting for the fight. He's not too tired, Naruto himself, having used his chakra sparingly, and also because Naruto is a monster when it comes to chakra reserves.
Well, that was fun for now. How about you consider my offer?
Zabuza smiles again and agrees to join Naruto, even though it was a fuck the dogs. On second note, don't fuck the dogs. It's a very bad idea and possibly illegal. Anyway, let's continue. So, Zabuza agrees to join Naruto even though it was not particularly the best deal to gauge Naruto's strength, but mostly Naruto won because of his wits and abilities. Let's continue. Naruto then transforms a clone and goes to meet Kakashi. He tells Kakashi that Zabuza shan't bother them anymore. Kakashi is simply, intrigued by this personality, whoever he might be. As Kakashi doesn't recognize the person, he doesn't recognize the chakra signature, and he does not recognize the tone of the voice. He knows that it's obviously a transformed clone, but he can't prove anything as to who it might be, and he can't necessarily, fade the transformation away, as he feels if he does so, the clone itself will disappear.
And who might you be, if you don't mind me asking?
Naruto simply replies with, let's just say I'm a well-wisher. After that, Naruto vanishes into the mist once more. It's one of Naruto's trait abilities at this point, where Naruto utilizes mist to disappear away. He learned this from a few of the scrolls that were still laying about Uzashiogaku the village, and also a few travelers that he had a few conversations with, who told him how to utilize some abilities that would be considered unnatural, I suppose. Naruto mostly utilizes this ability by letting out some steam through the use of water release and fire release at the same time. This steam is then, obviously due to Naruto's chakra nature itself, usually when used at mass, transformed into an orangish hue, but most of the time, if he is only utilizing this ability to disappear, well, it simply covers a small area like a smoke bomb, through which Naruto teleports away, using the where ninjas usually switch places with a log or something like that. Naruto does this with leaves, bugs, birds, anything of the sort that he has planted all over the area wherever he is present. Most of the time it's a quick use opportunity kind of thing, so it's usually leaves and birds or insects, but sometimes it is planned. Anyway, continuing on. Naruto vanishes into the mist and goes back to Zabuza and Haku, who have agreed to work with Naruto. En route to Uzashiogaku village, Zabuza tells Naruto about a certain group of people had contacted Zabuza to ask him to join them in order to, save the world from itself, as it were. Zabuza tells Naruto about this group, who, from what he can gather, were mostly looking to hunt down all the Jinchurikis and some other things, mostly trying to take down the Kages and the system of the world government. Fuck, that came into One Piece, I'm sorry. Anyway, Zabuza tells Naruto about this group, and Naruto, seeing as how he himself is a Jinchuriki, is interested in this group and does ask Zabuza a few questions, which, Zabuza later tells him this group was called the Akatsuki, and they had a few pretty decent members that Zabuza himself recognized. Anyway, Zabuza and Haku then reach Uzashiogaku village, and they set up base there with Naruto. Now, inside of the Hidden Leaf village, after the mission with Tazuna is completed, Kakashi and Team 7 return back to the Hidden Leaf village, where Kakashi presents this report to the third Hokage, telling him about this mysterious man who had contacted him, telling him about Zabuza, suddenly not willing to attack them now because of some pact that they had made or something. Now, the third Hokage is obviously interested in this, as, the area at which Zabuza was encountered was relatively close to the Leaf's borders, and well, considering this somewhat powerful person, he had to be at least Jonin level in order to get someone like Zabuza to agree to not attack Kakashi all of a sudden, or some sort. I mean, come on, he had to be important. The third Hokage launches an investigation on this person. However, he shan't be found, as Naruto himself had led a trail of breadcrumbs for the researchers, or rather the searchers themselves, who were trying to search for Naruto and this mysterious person to follow, which would eventually lead them to a dead end. And at the opposite direction of Uzushiogakure village, leading them essentially nowhere. A wild chase, essentially. Naruto's planned for everything. Now, I'm gonna have to leave it at that. I am having trouble recording these episodes right now. I've been trying to record, like, what if Naruto had befriended the ten-tailed beast, and every time I sit down to record, I end up falling asleep because I'm either too tired or too late at night, so I'm just... Now, this episode itself, I don't actually have that good an excuse. Mostly what happened was my own script for this episode that I had written, or rather, actually, it was not even this series, it was a completely separate series that I was working on. It was about a 10-minute long script that I had written for another what if scenario, was for some reason deleted off the cloud.
The cloud.
And, well, I had to rewrite this separate script for the episode. Oh yes, I forgot. I have Naruto's current look that I've gone with, his transformation that he utilizes most of the time while he's on bounty hunting missions, or rather or interacting with other people, so they don't recognize who he is. I'll put that somewhere in this episode, I hope. And if there is anyone who's still sticking around, here's a song just for you.
Thank you so dearly for staying by my side when I needed you most. I thank you dearly for standing by my side when you press the like and subscribe. I knew that our relationship has begun anew.
That's all I'm going to sing. I don't want to torture any of you any more than I have to. Fare thee well, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Oh yes, like and subscribe for more content. Ring the bell, ring-a-ding-ding. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. No one's here listening to me. So how you doing? Everything fine? Like, anyone told you they love you yet? Well, if nothing else, I love you. You're a very lovely person. Alright, oh, this is getting awkward.